When I think of a survivor, obviously I think of Molly. I think of someone who went through the hardest fight of their life.
No one expects their daughter to get cancer.
She looked so unbelievably sick.
You kind of feel that lump in your throat like, is she gonna survive?
I cried probably for a month straight.
I would still go to work, my wife would stay with her, and we'd switch out. I'd go to the hospital, my wife would go home with the other kids, but immediately be drawn back to the hospital because she couldn't leave her side.
Ryan looked so great that he did not have the typical signs of a child with leukemia.
In the first 12 months is very intense chemo. I mean, he was diagnosed with high-risk ALL, so it was a lot more aggressive treatment plan.
And I just remember the feeling of, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Our world as we know it has been turned upside down.
The hardest part is just physically seeing the toll it took on Ryan, seeing how bloated he became from all the steroids and chemo.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society absolutely plays a role in us finding better therapies, particularly not just using chemotherapy or medicine to fight the leukemias, but really how to learn to use the immune system so that we can really make a difference and figure out how to outsmart the leukemia.
It was a traumatic experience, obviously, to go through. I would never go through it again, but we came out better on the other side. We've met amazing people. We've been involved in amazing organizations like the LLS. We became stronger as a family.
And of course her hair came back in, all of her muscle strength came back. At this point you can't even tell if she was ever sick.
She goes every 2 months now to see her oncologist and her nurse practitioner and gets blood draws, and she's doing great. She's gonna be in kindergarten next year. She loves cheerleading and tumbling and dancing and singing. She likes to play with her brothers and sisters. Her best friend really is her sister Claire.
She's on a team at North Coast All-Stars on the Angels. She's one of the ones that actually knows her routine the way she's supposed to.
When I look at Molly now, I see a normal 5-year-old who's running around, being crazy, having fun, making new friends, going to school, all the normal things that any other 5-year-old would be doing.
A lot of individuals, this would just take a toll on them and consume their life. Not Ryan at all.
He's a great kid and a lot of fun to be with and help take care of.
I had even one doctor say, Ryan, I always save you for my last patient to see because you always bring a smile to my face.
He did a study once polling the group as to if they wore boxers or briefs and had a chart hanging up checking that off.
He was literally singing in the shower, had the music rocking. Dr. Norris walks into his room and was just like, what is going on in here? And Ryan heard her walk in and just came out and started singing, dancing, naked as Jay Bird, didn't care.
For our family, it was very important to celebrate. We knew we were up against a very long battle.
At the end of every round of chemo, which is about every 30 days, we would take him to wherever he wanted, him, a friend, or a cousin, or a family member, to anywhere he wanted to eat. So we thought, oh, he'd probably pick like Buffalo Wild Wings or Dave & Buster's or something. But Ryan would pick the Melting Pot, which is a fondue restaurant close to our house.
They just made it so special for him. They would let him come through the kitchen. They would let him help prepare the food.
Every time we'd go there, they had balloons and chocolate-covered strawberries. The waiters would come and give him hugs. Management and the owners would come give him hugs, and they just made him feel very special.
Life now for us feels like it's getting back to normal. Ryan is living a normal 8-year-old life. If you would see him in action playing football, whether it be baseball, golf, you name it, Ryan does not let his diagnosis stop him.
And the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has been absolutely tremendous to our family. I mean, they reached out to us right away.
Without the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, a lot of people would be lost without hope.
Please, join the fight.
Please join the fight. Thank you for making someday today. That's all.